Hello, my name is Omma Rampersad. It is 12:36 p.m., April 1st, 2020. And it definitely feels like spring today. Only we can't go outside. The parks are closed. Certain pathways are open, but we have to keep 6 feet away from each other, which means that we can't pass each other on the path. So yeah, I mean, we're in prison, but the money is coming, but you can't go outside and feel the sun on your face without a reason. Anyway, I tweeted a bunch of tweets, and I think if you follow my tweets, I think you know my feelings about what's going on. I provided some numbers in my tweets, and I gave the link there. And the numbers were for cancer and for heart attack. So heart attacks, there is close to 1 million heart attacks in the US alone. This is the US alone, not globally. And of that, a third of the people die. The cancer figure is even higher. There is over 1 million cancer diagnoses. And you can research this in the government website, the CDC website. And 2/3 of the people die. If I'm wrong about that, check it, please. I posted the links. So the cancer deaths are, I think, once you're diagnosed, you have a higher, there's a higher probability that you're going to die of the cancer. Heart attacks, you may have 1, 2, 3, or 4 heart attacks before you die. So, given the numbers for COVID-19, it's been going on for what? We're in April, 3 months. I think it started around January in China. And we have, well, I'm not sure the numbers right now, but it's predicted to have, by the end of the month or so, 250,000 deaths, and that's global. I believe that was a global number, not of the US. So compare that to cancer numbers, deaths, and heart attacks. It's no way near a pandemic. Also, there are factors of the kind of test being used for diagnosis. I was reading a website that stated that there is no accurate test for that specific virus. And the flu is the coronavirus family, the common cold. And given that 99.9, well, okay, so let me take that number down. 98% of the people survive. As a common person, I don't have any doctorate degree, and I am not a scientist, obviously not a doctor. I'm just a lowly accountant, with a degree. That's it. No big deal. I'm just a common person. So my opinion doesn't count, but I'll give it anyways. In my opinion, there is absolutely no need to panic and to terrorize people this way. And there is absolutely no need to say that you can't go outside in wide open spaces. Yes, keep your distance, absolutely. Wear your masks, wear gloves if you think you need to. Wear protective clothing if you think that is going to help where you're going. But why tell people stay inside? Given that soap and water, regular soap and water, kills the virus. So what needs to happen? If you go outside, if you don't wear protective gear, you wash yourself, you come inside and you take a shower, you wash your hands, you wash your face, you wash your mouth, because the virus can get into your eyes and nose and mouth as well. You brush your teeth, you wash out your nostrils with soap or with um, um, anything that have an antiviral effect. So, boost your immune system. Do your greens. Amazon have a lot of stuff if you can't go to the store to get greens. There is a lot of green powders, chlorella. There are other things that you can buy that have a lot of green, organic greens in there, kale, broccoli, and all kinds of good stuff, antioxidants, anti-inflammatories. The key here is to boost your immune system, because the virus is not only attacking and killing old, vulnerable people, or even people with cancer that are surviving. It depends on your immune system. So why is it that we are being terrorized this way when all the government and the doctors that is providing the government's the numbers on which they're basing your policies and your rules and your regulations that they're bringing out? Why is it that the doctors are not telling the people about boosting your immune system? Because this is key. This is key. I mean, we all carry around germs, bacteria, viruses in us all the time. We are born with it. When we come out of our mother's womb, out of the birth canal, we are bathed in bacteria. We are covered in it. So we're always infected. The reason why we don't get sick is because the body's immune system fights it. And the reason why new diseases, so-called new diseases, don't kill everybody is because some people's immune system fights it and they survive. And they pass on the immunity to their kids. The human race have been surviving like this since we were created, put on the earth. Why is COVID-19 any different? Given that it's not killing on contact, given that, if you touch me, I get it and I drop dead. Given that treatments are working like any other disease, why can't we go outside? Who is driving this terror, and why are we being terrorized this way? Because there are people, I talk to people who will not go outside. Number one, they're scared of getting infected. Number two, they're scared of getting charged with $100,000 ticket. This is tyranny. And I saw the video in India, which is supposed to be a democratic country, spraying poor people like animals, like in China. I thought India had a little bit better respect for human beings than China, but I was wrong. Turns out that poverty is what determines how you get treated. Money. It's all about money. The system that's being brought in, a communistic system, is about money. And breaking down human contact, human relationships, human bonding. You can't go outside and shake somebody's hand. Well, here is a little secret. When you meet somebody and you're close, you shake their hands, you get a sense of who they are. You get information from that handshake. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying short term that this is not a good idea, but they're talking about it continuing until September, and it's ongoing, and there isn't an end to it. 2 years, I heard somebody said. And this is what concerns me. If the healthcare system is failing and we are asked to stay away and practice social distancing for a while until the virus, we all catch the virus and we all go through it, and we have an immunity to a natural immunity against it. And then the curve drops, and then that's fine. Well, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I'll give it a month. And then you go back to work. Why shut the whole economy down, for God's sake? If a cop tests positive, it doesn't necessarily mean that he's going to get sick. He continues working. I'm not targeting the cops. Don't get me wrong. Anybody in an office. If the person is tested positive, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're a carrier. That doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to get sick or the people that you're touching is going to get sick. If you wear a mask and maybe gloves, and there are some things that you can wear even over your face, like a mosquito netting configuration that will stop the transmission of the droplets if you sneeze. That doesn't mean that you have to stop working. It just means that you're being realistic about the situation and you're taking precautions. We all have bacteria and viruses in us, and at any point in time, you can pass on any bacteria and virus that's on your body to anybody else. When you kiss somebody, you pass on how many millions of bacteria to the other person? Do you stop kissing the person? Are you ever, given the coronavirus, are we ever going to get to the point where you're going to kiss your mate, girlfriend, boyfriend anymore? Are you ever going to think about stopping that? Because this is where we're headed. Break down the family bonds, break down personal relationships. Human contact is a very important part of human relationships. Again, let me emphasize, short-term measure, I'm all for it. But 2 years, something is wrong with that scenario. Absolutely, completely wrong with that scenario. I am more than willing to stay home to protect the healthcare system until they get up to speed. But a year, 2 years is, it reeks of conspiracy, collusion for something else to happen, which my tweets are about. I am speaking about this because I live at 25 Bamberg Circle in Toronto. I am a target. I am on a list. I am being used as an illegal experimentee, an unwitting experimentee, to bring in a communistic approach of dealing with people that bypasses the existing legal system. And that is, I'm flagged with the cops, and none of this has been disclosed to me. After 15 years of experiencing this, and part of this whole targeting is to tell you what's going on, and then to harass you about it not being disclosed to you. That's part of the harassment. So what I'm talking about are deductions that I made based on the harassing comments I'm subjected to. So the communistic approach to dealing with the situation at 25 Bamberg Circle in Toronto and the people they deal with at 42nd Division, the police division, is to flag me constantly. Under glass. I am surveilled inside of my home, and the unit or the building or the area is set up to hit with microwave technology, which I've proven time and time and time and time and time again. And it's openly talked about. We're going to put her in a microwave. We're going to turn up the power. And I've tweeted about this. So the communistic approach is don't disclose anything, continuous reporting about the person, continuous surveillance of the person, continuous updating of the person, continuous terrorizing of the person, continuous psychic driving of the person to drive them to operate in a certain direction, like a sheepdog would drive a pack of is it a herd of sheep? Not quite sure. A group of sheep in a certain direction, in exactly the same way. And the use of microwave technology to discipline. So instead of giving due process, because these are not charges in the sense of coming to my door and pulling me out in charge, which has been done, by the way, as part of the process. But the flagging is not a charging process. The flagging is a monitoring process. You get flagged, you get monitored. You get flagged 3 times, you have a permanent flag on your name. You have 10 flags on your name permanently, then you're artificially criminalized. Then you could be charged for whatever it is you flagged so many times for, because then those reports provide the cop backup to give to the court to get a warrant to charge you. And you're a target and it's all fixed. So that's what is expected to happen. This is communistic practice. This is what's done in China. So China, what went on in China is being used as a template on Omma Rampersad at 25 Bamberg Circle, and now is being used, I suspect, globally. Take what is going on in China, spraying the people with insecticide or pesticide or whatever it is that they're being sprayed with, and spray everybody around the world for a virus that is on the same level as the common cold. Because if you don't take care of a common cold, guaranteed you're going to get pneumonia. Bronchitis, then pneumonia. I know, because I had bronchitis, not pneumonia. Because I didn't take any, I thought my immune system was strong enough and I thought I'd write it out. And I let my immune system fight it, and it proved to me that my immune system was not strong enough to fight it. So when I got to the point of getting bronchitis, I went to the doctor, and then I had to get antibiotics. Now that could have been prevented if I had taken vitamin C and taken all the immune boosting supplements, and take all the precautions of not getting infected. So a common cold could kill you. So could the COVID-19 virus. So I'm scared not of getting the cold, not of getting COVID-19. Again, let me reiterate, I'm scared of getting charged. So let me reiterate. I am all for taking the precautions, social distancing, covering your mouth, masks, covering your face if necessary, use protective clothing, washing your hands, absolutely. Because you wouldn't get a common cold if you did all of that on a routine basis, especially washing hands. When you think you're in a situation that you could be exposed to the cold virus, any cold virus, you wash your hands, wash your face. That should be ingrained in our brain. I guess from now on it will be, and that's a good thing. But 2 years of social distancing, they're talking about. 2 years of rotating lockdowns. It doesn't make sense. Does not make sense. Especially given what we're going through, is giving us the opportunity to put things in place to deal with another outbreak without locking down the economy. So now that we're going through the learning process and what to expect and how to deal with it, well, then put things in place in the economy. Ventilators, President Trump had a great idea. Ventilators, masks, give everybody masks, provide everybody with free soap, if that's something that needs to be done. People who can't afford it. Put sanitizers all over the place. Everywhere you go, we have sanitizers. Everywhere, permanently. Everywhere. Just put sanitizers everywhere. Here's another suggestion. Now, these things could be put in place to avoid another lockdown. We don't need another lockdown. Even if the virus mutates, and the cold virus mutates all the time, all viruses mutate, all bacteria mutates. This one is not killing us on contact. So is there a need for another lockdown? Why are leaders talking about lockdowns? Keep inside, don't go outside. I mean, it's going to be, spring is already here. We're going to be spending summer inside? I don't think so. People should start sending emails to your member of parliament. Start having your voice heard, because my voice is being suppressed. Not giving me due process, keep on flagging me, keep on looking at me inside my home, keep on hitting me with microwaves, suppressing my voice, keeping me out of my job, of the job market, impoverishing me, and trying to turn me into a sex slave. Another agenda out here to enslave. So there are all kinds of slaves. So there is sexual enslavement, there's labor enslavement. And this is only one aspect of the whole thing that's going on, but I'm not gonna, wow, it's been on 24 minutes. So I'm not gonna go on anymore. I think, as I said, there are other ways of dealing with this on a long-term basis. I don't think that there should be another lockdown. I've been inside for weeks. I haven't gone outside like for 2 weeks. It's going on 2 weeks. Because it's not clear about, and now there is a new rule. If the cop stops you, you get on a list. They take your name and your number, which means that you're flagged in the system, basically. Mind you, I'm already flagged, so it makes no difference to me. But you could be charged. If you're flagged for this 2 or 3 times, then the next time they're going to charge you. Basically, that's the idea. So if you're not going for food and you're not going for medication, and somebody stops you, are you going to get charged? Anyway, talk to you another time. So I posted a bunch of signals, videos with signals. And here is the signals. My ear is being hit as I was talking. My eyes, as I said, the power is turned up because I've been tweeting. I've been tweeting about this, and a lot of people, the people in the building, obviously don't like it. So here is the power being turned up on the chest. the eye. So the right ear is being targeted right now, and the jaw. So the temperature of the ear (36.6). (37.4). 36.7. 37.3. I don't have a temperature. 36.6, and I'll prove it to you. 36.6. My head is being pulsed. 36.5. 36.5. 37.8 is a fever. 36.5. 36.5. See that sudden drop? 37.3. 36.6. So you see there is a 36.7. There is a pattern, up and down, up and down, up and down. And I demonstrated this with the detector, which is charging right now. 36.9. So it's being pulsed up and down, which is reflected in the temperature up and down. The temperature reflects the pulsing. 36.7. So the right ear is tagged. 36.7. 36.7. 37.2. So this is a really good example of a tagged spot being pulsed. 36.6. 36.7. 36.6. 37.1. 36.9. 36.8. 36.7. 36.6. 36.6. 36.5. 37.1. See the pattern? 36.5 to 37.1. And the ear is hurting. 36.9. And if I were to take my blood pressure, you'll see the pain. But I'm not going to do that today. It's going on 30 minutes, and I'm going to close it off. 36.2. And that's normal temperature. I do not have a fever. 36.3. The tag is off. 36.4. On and off. 36.5. 37. Up and down. 36.9. 36.8. 36.7. 36.7. 36.7. And the other ear? 36.2. So the right ear is tagged, the left ear is not. 36.3. 36.3. 36.2. 36.2. The left ear is not tagged. 36.2. 36.2. So the left ear definitely not tagged, and the right ear is 36.3, 36.3, 36.4, and the right side of the head is hurting. 36.4, forehead, 36.3, 36.3, that's the face, 37.1, up, down, 36.9, pulsed. There's a pulse microwave beam on the right ear. The right ear is tagged 36.5. So I think I did enough of that to convince you. So that's off right now, on, off and on, up and down, because it needs to trigger the alarm, it needs to go over 5. The scale is 0 to 10, and then over 10 is over limit on this detector. On and off. The eyes. You notice there are bags around my eyes. There. So the left ear is being hit. And the head is being hit. So the head is tagged. So I do have a headache. The neck is tagged. It's hurting. And the pulses that I demonstrated in the videos that I posted is the continuous hitting. So the head is tagged and it's over limit. So it's tagged at a high power. So the person who is monitoring me don't want me doing this. So keep me in pain so I will get up. And my ear is popping right now. The neck. So obviously the people who are doing this are not scared because this is exposure. It's all fixed. The jaw, which is hurting. The head, which is hurting. I heard I'll be bald soon. Well, here is one reason why people go bald. The eye, cataracts, blindness. I heard Rick have it, the blacks have it, to run the experiments. Is COVID-19 an experiment? The eye and the temple. And his hair is swollen. Now this is swollen. I heard I'm somebody's mistress. Well, these signals are the person logging on to you. So the way they make you a remote sex slave, and they work on making you a physical one too. And a lot of people succumb to it. Very powerful program. It's pass you around. So you have a lot of flags, and you have a lot of monitors, and the criminals use it as a cover, just like COVID-19, I suspect, is a cover for other things, to bring in a communistic system in which we are all going to be chipped and tracked and monitored for the rest of our lives. Well, it's the same idea. The flag is the cover. The monitoring is the cover. So after you get flagged and to be monitored, then the criminals take control. They traffic, they experiment, they torture, all under the government, the infiltrated part of the government, I should say, who is allowing the flagging to go on, who's running the flagging program, knowing that these covert experiments are being run under the flag. So yes, the government is doing it, but definitely it's not the government I voted in. It's the government that was infiltrated by what's now openly talked about in the mainstream media. It used to be when you talked about the New World Order, you're called a conspiracy theorist. Now, mainstream media is openly talking about the New World Order, openly. So the New World Order is based on a satanic system of torture, cruelty, anti-human rights, tracking, control, constant monitoring. Just the opposite of a democracy, which, first of all, I came from a democratic country, and I came to another democratic country. I sure as hell would not have left Trinidad to go to China. That would never have crossed my mind. But I left Trinidad to come to Canada, a social democracy, which was a really good combination. I didn't come to a communist country, and I sure as heck didn't come to a country, a democratic country, to sit on my behind and look at it turn into a communist country. I am a citizen. I came as a citizen from a democratic country, and I came as a citizen to another democratic country. I don't intend to become a citizen of a communist country, and neither should you. You should fight. I'm not talking about picking up weapons, absolutely not. I don't believe in violence. And this is not something that you can fight with weapons anyways. This is a fight for ideas, for systems, types of systems, the type of principles underlying our system. This is what the fight is all about. It's a fight against good and evil, because the New World Order is satanic. If you're a religious person and you're a spiritual person, you believe in a God, then this system that's being brought into place is going to kill you, basically. You're going to die. Religion is not a freedom in China. When the system is put in place in North America, it's not going to be your freedom either. You will not be free to go to church. You will not be free to pray. You think about that. Talk to you another time.